Not much sun for tomorrow. Temperatures below freezing with some scattered snow showers. More details coming up next.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, Houghton County is in the middle of a decision that would declare there are only two sexes. We'll have the latest as tonight's meeting continues. Plus, President Trump says the economy is thriving, but some Americans strongly disagree. We'll take you to a grocery store where shoppers are giving the economy a failing grade. And details on a Senate committee hearing as they hear from a heartbroken mother about the dangers kids face online. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
All right, a first look at your forecast as we start to get ready for tomorrow. Low temperatures are going to be into the teens, but as we head through tomorrow, we're looking at mid-20s, upper 20s, lower 30s. No matter where you are, we're going to be below freezing. But if you're in the southern portions of the UP, we might even see some rays of sunshine, but we have more cold on the way. We have windy conditions and some snow showers scattered throughout. We also have a winter weather advisory. I'll talk all about what you need to know as you head through the rest of the week in just a few minutes.
Kelly, thank you very much. Protesters lined up in front of the Houghton County Courthouse this evening to voice concerns over a new resolution aimed at defining gender. The controversial resolution was on the agenda tonight that would declare there are only two sexes, male and female. The proposal would remove options such as other or undetermined from birth, marriage, and death certificates, defining sex strictly by chromosomes. Supporters say it clarifies official documents. Critics argue the science is more complex and the move erases the identities of intersex, non-binary, and transgender residents. Supporters and opponents, including local community groups, are speaking at tonight's meeting, which remains ongoing. The crowd was standing room only, and some had to be turned away due to overcapacity. The meeting saw over 50 people weigh in during public comment, which has lasted almost 5 hours so far. The Board of County Commissioners has yet to discuss the resolution, let alone vote on it. We'll continue to update you as more information comes our way. Michigan's House of Representatives returned from a break today after a 3-week recess. 3 bills were up for a vote, but one was removed from the schedule. To kick off votes, a bill from a northern Michigan lawmaker passed that would require the state's Natural Resource Commission to live stream and post their meetings online. The second bill came from Upper Peninsula Representative Dave Preston. It would designate the Mackinac Bridge as a key facility in the state, making it easier to penalize trespassing and to regulate drone use.
It's a critical piece of infrastructure. The bill as advanced just simply enhances penalties to put them in line with the things that protect things like nuclear power plants and other things of strategic national importance.
Both bills are now on their way to the Senate. There's more information on our website, WZMQ19.com. President Trump spent today at a rally in Pennsylvania where he told audience members he's brought costs and inflation down during his second term. But the president's comments stand in contrast to what many American consumers are feeling at the grocery store and beyond. Erica Brown has more tonight.
President Trump held a rally Tuesday in Pennsylvania where he made his case on the issue of affordability, a growing concern for Americans.
I have no higher priority than making America affordable again. That's what we're going to do. And again, they caused the high prices and we're bringing them down. It's a simple message.
The president's trip comes as many Americans face economic uncertainties and struggle with higher prices. At the White House Monday, Trump unveiled a $12 billion aid package for farmers impacted by his tariff policy and placed blame on the Biden administration for higher prices.
Right out of a tariff money, cost us nothing. Right out of the hundreds of billions that we've taken in, we gave the farmers a little help.
CBS News polling shows most Americans disapprove of the president's handling of the economy. But the White House maintains inflation has gone down and Americans will see lower prices.
Affordability has two components. There's inflation and then there's real incomes. Real incomes are up about 1%. And what we're not going to do is say that Americans don't know what they're feeling. We've been working on it every day.
The president says consumers will soon feel some relief with lower prices for vehicles after a rollback of fuel efficiency standards and deals to cut prices on certain prescription drugs.
On Capitol Hill today, a Senate committee heard about predators targeting and manipulating young people online. Tamia Woods testified her 17-year-old son James killed himself after becoming the victim of sextortion. She said in 2022 he shared explicit images of himself with someone he thought was a girl. Then he received 200 messages in less than 20 hours from anonymous attackers who threatened him, demanded money, and told him to kill himself. Now senators have introduced legislation that would make it a federal crime to coerce children into physically harming themselves, others, or animals. Woods hopes the legislation will encourage young people to speak up, knowing the law is on their side.
Mistakes. I don't care what it is. You speak up. You say something. You stand up for yourself, because we can make sure that we have your back no matter what. I would give anything to have my son back. And if they have to learn, if they have to see James' face, if they have to see my tears, I'm going to make sure that it happens. If it means that I can save your grandchildren, I'm going to do it.
According to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, they've seen a 192% increase in reports concerning online enticement, a 200% increase in reports relating to sadistic online exploitation, and a 1,325% increase in reports involving generative artificial intelligence. As peace talks in Ukraine-Russia war continue, Ukrainian officials say this must be agreed to. Russia must return the thousands of Ukrainian children who have been taken from their families. Ukrainian officials claim Russia has deported children and has gone so far as to train them to go to war against their own people. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp reports on a Senate hearing focusing on this horrific issue. Just a warning, some of the details might be disturbing.
Since the beginning of the Russian full-scale aggression, thousands of Ukrainian children have been abducted and forcibly trafficked from their homes, separated from their families, or removed from the orphanages and foster care institutions in the temporarily occupied territories, and also transferred to Russia or Belarus.
Ukraine's ambassador estimates about 20,000 children have been deported or forcibly transferred. She called it a Russian war tactic.
These children were subjected not only to a forcible transfer, but to a change of their names, their language, their identity, and even their citizenship.
One congressman adds these kids are being forced to memorize propaganda and told their own country and their families are the enemy.
The ambassador told me again that 1 million children live in the occupied territories, vulnerable to brainwashing and abuse, and more than 43,000 have already enrolled in Russia's paramilitary youth program.
According to the organization Bring Kids Back, about 1,900 kids have been returned. Another organization, Save Ukraine, shared disturbing details according to one child who was rescued.
Russian forces found a message from a Ukrainian soldier on his friend's phone. They ripped out his teeth and eyelids. They cut off his fingers. He did not survive the torture.
Senators on both sides say there cannot be a peace deal without considering these kids.
You cannot honorably end this conflict unless you account for every child taken by Putin's Russia from Ukraine, period.
In Washington, Rachel Knapp, WZMQ 19 News.
First Lady Melania Trump has reached out directly to Russian President Vladimir Putin on the issue and has urged Russia to reunite these children and their families. Kelly Rowland has your first warning weather forecast when we come back. Plus, we speak with MTN about how the winter trails are looking so far this season. And film photography is making a big comeback, and Gen Z is leading the charge. We'll tell you why young people are ditching their phones for vintage cameras when we come back.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture. Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
The kids, they got Santa. My goal gifts for adults. I'd give holiday instant games from the Michigan Lottery. They're a fun gift that's easy to give everyone on your list. No one regifts these babies. Am I changing the world? No. But I am putting wonder back into the holidays for adults. This year, gift something wonderful. Give them holiday instants from the Michigan Lottery. I won 100 last week, hence the vest.
My family's been in business for 70 plus years. We really needed to stress that this is not just a running store. Our running shoes are good for everybody.
It's about the people out in the community who are in the workforce. All those people really benefit from the proper footwear and structure that a running shoe can provide.
They might come in limping, almost like a miracle, walk out of here dancing. It's more than shoes. There's a caring that doesn't exist in a lot of businesses anymore.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, there's a lot to love. Did it hit your spirit? Right in the shine on eye. The biggest stars. Clap it. Mariah Carey! Incredible performances. You got them going. Inspiring stories.
Connection has no color. It's my brother.
I hope y'all feel the love.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 4 on WZMQ CBS. Followed by The Kelly Clarkson Show at 5 and 19 News at 6.
Pure Outdoor is the first program dedicated to increasingly popular outdoor and eco sports. Individual and adventurous. Journey to the world's most exotic, breathtaking locations. Pure Outdoor.
Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
And welcome back. We're taking a closer look at this very wintry forecast. This was definitely not a gradual introduction to winter. Things got really cold really quickly, and it's going to stay that way. Today in Marquette, 23 degrees for the high temperature when the average is 28. So yes, it's below freezing, but at least it's not too much off. And we did accumulate 1 inch and 8/10 of an inch of snow. So just a light little dusting for today, and it might even just blow away for tomorrow. But there is more snow on the way. A winter weather advisory will go into effect or will be continuing to be in effect for Menominee County through tomorrow morning. Most of the snow will be south of us, but if you are traveling into Wisconsin at all, you're going to run into some snow into the overnight hours, and if you're headed there early tomorrow morning. That tapers off, though. We do get some of that lake effect or lake influence of some snow for tomorrow. It's not going to be widespread snow for a long duration, but enough to be maybe a bit of a nuisance to try to drive through, and then it lingers around for Thursday. Not much sunshine here, and that's the most important thing to note. There's not going to be much opportunity for the sun to warm us up, and of course with the winds it'll feel much colder than it actually is. So for the future snow, again, really not that impressive at all for the Upper Peninsula. The most that we could be looking out here is maybe out towards the Ironwood area, about 2 inches. Other than that, this is a nice dusting to keep you on your toes through midweek. Now another component though with these multiple rounds of winter storms for this week are been because of clipper systems. You might have heard of an Alberta clipper. They all have different names. Whenever a low pressure system forms over a Canadian province, if it forms over Alberta, it's an Alberta clipper, but you know they all have fun names. So if it forms over Saskatchewan, it's called a Saskatchewan screamer, and if it's over Manitoba, Manitoba mauler, and Ontario would be the Ontario scario. You probably heard of the clipper, and if not, that's the most popular of them all. But that, whenever you have a low pressure system moving through the Great Lakes, you have rapidly changing conditions over the Great Lakes, which in the wintertime gives us opportunity to pick up moisture. And when you have a jet stream like this setting up, just bringing colder air from Canada, it's cold, we get more snow, and we're going to see that continue for Thursday into Friday. Another round of cold air for Friday and for the weekend. So if you think this is cold already, it's going to get colder for the weekend. Yes, it may be pretty to look at with all the snow. It's a great picture opportunity, but if you do go outside with winds like this, about 10 to 15, even 20 miles per hour from the north, it's going to make the feels like temperatures into the low teens, single digit, and in the overnight hours, probably below zero. So Please get out and enjoy the winter weather. This is what winter is all about, but it's about how you dress in it, cover exposed skin, and dress in layers, and also how you drive in it. You cannot be driving like it's a nice summer day because we have slick roads on the way for most of the week. Here's that cool down number 1, low 20s for the rest of the week, and then we are stuck into the teens for the weekend.
Kelly, thank you very much again. And now to breaking news. We have an update from tonight's commission meeting in Houghton County. After hearing dozens and dozens of public comment, the commission has voted down the resolution that would declare only 2 genders. And we will continue to update you on more on this particular topic when the information becomes available. Marquette County snow biking trails are seeing quite a lot of snow already, with more on the way. WZMQ's Andrew Hands has the details about what to expect this season and how the surrounding community is able to help with some of the cost of its upkeep.
As we continue to pick up more snow this month, trail grooming is an important task to attend to. This need is especially true to NTN, clearing the ways for fat tire snow bikers across roughly 26 miles of trail as often as possible. Jenny Kilbala is the community outreach coordinator for NTN.
In the wintertime, we do a lot of trail maintenance so people can have fun. We get out there after every storm as much as we can. Our team is pretty responsive when we get a lot of snow.
This evening, Rybolt Ride's annual snow bike grooming fundraiser was held at Rippling River Resort, where every dollar raised helps cover the costs of NTN's trail maintenance. The event kicks off with a group ride through the South Trails, followed by a celebration with local raffles and prizes, where each dollar is matched up to $10,000 by an anonymous donor.
It's a really fun night, great way to celebrate. Everybody comes together and just is excited for what's to come. We put this all towards buying new machines, buying the gas, the oil, the insurance, paying staff to go out and groom.
This winter, NTN says the trails are off to a great start, hoping to see even more improvements as the season progresses.
The first snow was great base. We were able to go out and clean it all up. So right now it's completely groomed. It looks fantastic. It's a little thin, but as we get more snow, it's just gonna build a better base, and I think we're gonna have a really good winter on fat bikes.
Donations for NTN's trail grooming services will remain open online until Friday. We'll have that link at WZMQ19.com. Reporting in Marquette, Andrew Hands, WZMQ 19 News.
If you're on the hunt for new tech to finish your holiday shopping, maybe consider something old. Younger people, are driving a spike in interest in film photography and those digital cameras from the mid-2000s. Jared Hill reports from New York City.
It has a sound-activated shutter.
In search of the perfect frame.
Say cheese. Isn't that crazy?
That is cool.
No hand on the button. It takes a picture.
Photographers are once again eyeing film.
There's something to be said about just owning your own image.
Dominic Lewis expanded his Brooklyn-based film photography store in 2025 as interest in film cameras started to grow, driven in part by Gen Z.
Keep your negatives. Negatives are very important.
It's all kind of new.
Ethan Teague is getting his second ever roll of film developed.
The first film I shot was definitely not super great.
Still learning, Teague says he likes how the finite frames in film compared to his phone make each picture matter.
You're more selective and intentional with your shots.
Sure, you can take great photos on your phone, but you may also be spending that same time taking your photo being bombarded with incoming calls and messages.
Andrew Langston, editor-at-large for consumer tech website CNET, says the newfound zest for analog photography may also be a response to the perfection of smartphone pictures and the growth of AI.
Instead, people are kind of going, no, we want the authenticity of imagery again.
And companies are taking note. In 2025, Kodak launched new direct-to-consumer film for the first time in over a decade. E-commerce sites are also filled with refurbished point-and-shoot digital cameras from the 2000s. Ethan's camera was his granddad's, handed to him by his mom.
It was like a passion that her and her dad shared, and it's kind of a passion that we share as well.
Putting life in full focus.
Mike Ludlam has your sports highlights when we come back. He starts with Negaunee taking on Marquette in some girls' high school basketball action. We're back in 2 minutes.
Buckle's Party Store. It's where the party starts in Calumet with an awesome beer selection featuring domestic, foreign, and craft brew beer, a great selection of wine, just about any kind of liquor you want, and a great range of tobacco products. Buckle's Party Store in Calumet. It's where the party starts for everyone.
Toyotathon is on. Now's the time to get an exciting new Toyota, like Camry.
Wait, what?
RAV4 Hybrid,
Cool.
Tundra, and more.
Whoa.
How'd you do that? Toyotathon magic.
Get 4.75 APR financing on remaining new 25 Camrys. Lease a stylish new 26 Corolla for $199 a month or 26 Camry for $269 a month.
'Tis the season for Toyotathon.
Toyota, let's go places. Wednesday,
We are surrounded by a spectacular winter wonderland.
we kick off a week of holiday magic
I love Christmas time so much.
with Melissa McCarthy,
It's true, it's me.
Amelia Jones from Task. Plus, we're unwrapping a few surprises.
You can tell they're in the holiday spirit.
Yes.
Let's do it, come on!
And coming up, Kelly's all new for the holidays.
The lights and the trees and the gifts and the Christmas spirit, I love all of it.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ CBS.
Save big money on everything you need when you shop at Menards. Update your lighting today with our selection of on-trend lights, so you'll be sure to find your style. Pick up this Stewart Vanity Light. On sale today for just $34.99. Sylvania's TrueWave LED light bulbs are designed to help you see and feel better by reducing blue light by 50%. Right now, get a 4-pack of TrueWave LED bulbs on sale for just $9.99.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
There's no looking back.
Don't look back.
I wasn't really looking back, just remembering back.
Remember back.
What do you say we start from here?
With a rifleman.
Weekdays at 3 p.m. on WZMQ Me TV.
Good evening, everyone. The girls' high school basketball season has started its first week. Negaunee made the relatively short trip to Marquette to face the Sentinels. We'll pick up the action in quarter number 3. Marquette's Lexi Curran drives and will use the left hand off the window to put it up and in. Negaunee, though, had the advantage 35-19 going into the fourth. For the Sentinels, Kylie Smith inside to Haley Taylor, starts left, back to the right, off the glass for 2. Marquette still down 14. Alina Park will get the ball inside to Kira Waterman for the layup. The Miners are still ahead by double digits, 37-24. Sideline inbound play for Negaunee. Waterman to Gretel Johnson. She'll find Claire O'Donnell. And if at first you don't succeed, the third time is the charm. Then I zoom in on the wrong O'Donnell, that would be Paige. Then I figure out that Claire's already at the free throw line waiting for that opportunity. Next for the Maize and Blue, Gretel Johnson drives. This time she'll find Paige O'Donnell for the hoop. Johnson led the Miners with 11 points. Negaunee shuts down Marquette 43-26. On the girls' scoreboard, Gwynn, half a dozen better than Houghton, 38-32. Kearney Nato more than doubles up Superior Central, 47-23. Ironwood 36, Bessemer 10, Hancock over Dollar Bay 52-27, Gladstone a dozen better than Kingsford 50-38, Lot 61, Jeffers 37, a victory for North Central 40-27 over Stevenson. Wakefield Marinesco doubles up Lakeland and Hupple 59-29 +1. Big Bay did knock over Maplewood Baptist 44-34. Burt Lake Northern Michigan Christian downs Rudyard 58-32. And the Sioux wins by 8 at Point City 40-32. Let's go back to Marquette for the battle for this trophy between the Negaunee and Marquette boys. First quarter, Marquette's Pavel McCutcheon grabs an offensive rebound, and he gets it over to Ford Richardson, who lays it up and in. Negaunee had trouble with turnovers early in this contest. Brody Clements with the steal, and he will go in for the layup. Marquette had a 12-3 lead to return. The Miners start forcing miscues. Cole Peckrule steals and scores. Negaunee outscored Marquette 13-0 in the final 4 minutes and led 15-12 after 1. To the second, Easton Gannett starts, and scores off the window. On this next sequence, block the attempt by David Jukamich right there. And that'll start a break to Brody Clements, and he will throw an alley-oop pass to Connor Firestein for the bucket. For the Miners, McCutcheon will pick up Tristan Slater on a switch. Slater over to Cole Prusy for 3. Negaunee led 25-17 at the half, and Negaunee takes home the Victor's Cup to Lakeview Arena in Negaunee with a 56-52 win over the Sentinels. On the board, Braden Larson at 27 for Chancellor, but Daniel Conner at 25 for Berrigan. The Vikings 67-50 win over the Panthers. Forest Park 54, Iron Mountain 33. Barker Harris runs away from Rapid River 74-47. Pickford drops St. Ignace 65-38. Sheboygan down Sault Ste. Marie 67-43. Newberry all over Engadine 75-41. Alpena hits for 90, defeating Rudyard by 35. Cedarville Detour 37, Brimley 34. And Maplewood Baptist over Big Bay Denac 81-63. High school hockey, Hancock visiting Escanaba. Picked this one up in the first period. And Hank Schulten will get the return pass right here and puts that one home. He's part of the Gladstone connection of the team and a 1-0 lead for the Eskimos. Next face-off, Brady Axford will put one in for Hancock on a nice pass right there. He's part of the Lakeland and Hubble connection of the Bulldogs roster, and we are tied at 1. 16 seconds left in the first period. Ben Sands will be sitting right on the doorstep, and he's going to put that one in to get Escanaba a 2-1 advantage. To the second, Mr. Graham Johnson will be back at work for the Eskimos 26 seconds into the period, and that puts Escanaba ahead 3-1. Kirby Storm will give Hancock, get him 1 goal closer at 4:42 as he puts this one in. Escanaba had a 6-2 lead. Hank hung on to win 6-5. Both Sands and Axford had hat tricks for their respective teams. On the hockey scoreboard, Calumet blanks Jeffers 8-0, and it was Negaunee defeating Manistee 4-2. 8 of the 9 Upper Peninsula High School bowling teams held their opening meet of the season Saturday at Marquette Superior Lanes. Gladstone had the bye. Senior Roman Uhas of Westwood wasn't worried about a TV camera behind him getting a strike here. The teams are split into 2 shifts, a morning session and one in the afternoon. Escanaba and the Ishpeming-Negaunee cooperative squads dominated the morning session. Calumet, Marquette, and Westwood had success in the afternoon. Conference uses a 40-point scoring system using a combination of Baker, team, and individual games. Ishpeming-Negaunee, Sarah Harvey had the high individual girls game, a 273. Ishpeming-Negaunee's Killian Ryan had a combination of 247 and 243 games. The next event for the conference is this Saturday, splitting between Calumet and Lotz. Michigan Tech, NMU, and a couple out-of-state cross-country ski teams opened the season Saturday at the Forestville Trailhead in Marquette. The course was 2 loops totaling 10 kilometers. The Michigan Tech women swept the podium, bib 105, Greta Hansen, earning the first Central Collegiate Ski Association win of her career. Julia Junkala placed second, and Bridget Burns of the Huskies was third. On the men's side, the Huskies' Marcus Grotha in bib number 5 took the individual win by 29 seconds in his first race for the black and gold. Wes Campbell was also on the podium in third. The Wildcats were led by senior Jonathan Clark, who was 5th, and the NMU women were led by College of St. Scholastica transfer Greta Leitheiser, who finished 5th. The skiers head to Duluth for their next meet this weekend. Men's college basketball, second-ranked Michigan turns back Villanova 89-61. They led 53-23 at the half. By the way, Michigan and Michigan State games Friday, January 30th and Sunday, March 8th. Mark those down. They'll be good. We'll be right back.
Celebrate the season with Richardson Jewelers, downtown Marquette. Gathering with family and friends during the holidays will create cherished memories that will last a lifetime. Make the season even more special this year with a holiday engagement. Stop into Richardson Jewelers and choose the perfect engagement ring. Your family and friends will raise a glass in celebration. Make your holiday engagement special with Richardson Jewelers, downtown Marquette.
At Richardson Jewelers.
Get into the holiday cooking spirit at the Taste of the Island Holiday Cooking Show, December 11th in Harris. Join the Island Resort and Casino Executive Chef, the Upper Goddess, and Elmers County Market for live cooking demonstrations, hosting techniques, and buffet-style tasting. Tickets are $20 and can be picked up at the Daily Press, Elmers County Market, or the Island Resort and Casino. The Taste of the Island Holiday Cooking Show, December 11th in Harris. Sponsored by WZMQ 19, Island Resort and Casino, and the Daily Press.
The Shortlist, a countdown show that's all sports. See the greatest names and the greatest game. That's The Shortlist. Only from SSN, the Cindy Sports Network.
Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons on WZMQ 19 News. Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Andersen brand products are #1 in quality, and the Window Store is your local Andersen expert for installation and service of all Andersen windows and doors. From showroom to your home. Andersen Windows and Doors at the Window Store. Andersen is the #1 trusted window and door brand. The Window Store is the Upper Peninsula's clear choice for windows and doors. Now that's a perfect fit. From showroom to your home, Andersen Windows and Doors at the Window Store.
And a final look at your forecast, a look at the high temperatures for tomorrow. Yes, these are the highs for tomorrow, the lower 20s, and we will see some snow showers kind of hanging around the Marquette area. Going to be sort of that lake effect once we get into the daytime. So the snow will be into the scattered range. We dip down to chance, we dip down to low. It's not going to be a widespread, steady snowfall for 24 to 48 hours, but maybe the pretty flurries that's going to be taking us through our midweek. And we will still have this winter weather advisory through the morning hours. So if you are going to be anywhere south of the Upper Peninsula, please keep that in mind. We could have some pretty tricky travel conditions, but with more snow on the way and colder temperatures on the way, it's really important that you take care of yourself. Also check up on others. I said a homework assignment, check up on someone in your life, especially if they're older. They may need help with the cold and the snow. Make sure your furnace is working. We want to enjoy winter all that we can, but we want to be safe in doing so, especially as we get into the weekend and into next week. High temperatures will struggle to be into the 20s.
Kelly, thank you again. And finally tonight, an Oklahoma dog is now officially a world record holder, all thanks to one unforgettable feature, Mike. Ozzy, a French Mastiff and Bull Mastiff mix, has been named the Guinness World Record holder for the longest tongue on a living dog. His tongue measures 7.8 inches, beating the previous record of just over 5. Ozzy's owner says his oversized tongue often hangs out the side of his mouth, but despite its impressive length, he doesn't actually lick very much. Then they say he's more into nose rubs. Mike, you got anything else after you can't top that?
I'm not touching that one.
All right, Mike. Thank you all for watching. We'll get you back here again tomorrow for more headlines at 6/5 Central. See you then.
Shop our huge selection of Amish crafted dining room sets at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Browse our large in-stock collection and customize with a special order. With 1-year no-interest financing available, plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture today.
We are here, around the clock, in all weather. Your home away from home in medical crisis. We've seen it all.